I came out to the John Cena theme song at my wedding. My first Alyssa, my wife, she was like, "No, let's not do that." And then I convinced her. I changed her mind.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Not Just Football with Cam Heyward. I, of course, am your host, number 97, Cam Heyward, and as always, my producer and longtime friend, Hayden Walsh, is here. We had a long bye week, and we had time to think about it, but we got a special guest on today. We have my teammate in Steelers D-line, or should I say outside linebacker, Alex Highsmith on. Alex, how you doing today, buddy?
Doing great. Appreciate you having me on.
I know. Yeah. Did you get to enjoy your bye week?
I did. I went to Nemacolin, so it was fun. It was a cool experience. So did some golf. Wasn't very good. It's the first time I've been since June, I think. So I played 9 holes and was like, man, I can't do this whole 18. So, but it was fun. It was a good weekend. Me and my wife went, so it was a fun time.
You quit after 9 holes.
I did good through the first 9, and like people were just playing slow, and then we had some like reservations and stuff. So I was like, I'm just gonna skip. And then I ended up playing like 3 holes on the back 9, and like I wasn't doing very hot on the back 9 at all.
Was it more of the pace, or was you just embarrassed by your golf game?
A little bit of both. I mean, the first 4 holes I hit the fairway, so that was solid, and my irons were all right, but my putting was just embarrassing. Like putting was probably some of the worst putting I've ever done. And then I got to, like I said, I got to the back 9, and it's like people were going slow. I was like, man, we got reservations. I'm trying to, so I just started driving by people.
There you go.
Well, I wouldn't feel bad about that. A lot of people stink at golf, so don't worry about that. Yeah. Cam, what'd you do on your bye week?
For my bye week, we got out of town. We went down to Florida. Went over to the Clearwater and Tampa area. It wasn't really a vacation, though. Me and my wife were pretty busy with the kids. Took them to the beach. Children's museums, you name it. Everything kid-filled, but it was fun just to get away and not really think about football for a second. Got me back energized for this 9-game run we got. So looking forward to it.
Moving on here a little bit, Alex, I'm interested. You've had such a good year this year. TJ Watt obviously has been hurt. How has that changed your game, knowing TJ's not on the other side and teams are probably focusing more on you?
Yeah, I mean, end of the day, I just try to go out there and be my best self, every game, whether that, is getting chipped some or whatever. I just try to go out there and be myself, be my best self. Me and Cam like to work together. Even sometimes he'll call for a game, and there's a couple of times where I didn't run it a couple of times. But I think me and Cam have done a good job of, just continuing to grow, because I feel like this is our 3rd year now. Because I came in at the end of my rookie year and have a year last year, so I think we're starting to, grow more and just working together as a unit. And so I think Malik came in and did a good job stepping up, and so we're definitely excited to have TJ back this week, because he's defensive player of the year for a reason, and so it's gonna be awesome to be able to have him back.
Yeah, and I'll just say this: even though TJ got hurt, I think with Alex, I think he was gonna have a really good year regardless if TJ got hurt. Whether you get more chips or more slides your way, I think he's grown every year, and you see teams have to game plan. They can't just single him up, and if they do, I pity the fool who does that. So Alex is successful for a reason, and he's taking advantage of the opportunities. But like Alex said, we just keep growing on our side, communication wise. Sometimes running the game, sometimes don't. When I talk about we talk about games. It's more of just our stunts we run up front. But with that, we just got to be more opportunistic. We got a record of 2-6, and we got to continue to keep getting pressure. A couple games we haven't got the pressure we wanted, and that can be the difference in winning games.
Are you two breaking news right now? So TJ Watt will be back this week against the Saints?
I ain't breaking no news, but
We'll
you
see.
know,
I mean,
yeah,
like,
you know, I think TJ's been
good.
he's been looking good, and you know, he's been gearing up for it. TJ's just he's working his way back. You know, he's trying to get back on the field as soon as possible, but he wants to make sure he can do everything before he gets out there.
And Alex, I'm curious, you had a 3-sack game earlier in the year. Did you notice any changes from the offensive lines after you really showed how much you can dominate in one game?
I mean, you know, I just, you know, felt like, you know, the first game for me, just wanting to get off to a fast start was huge for me. I feel like last year I didn't really get off to the start that I wanted to, and that's something that's always been big for me. You know, last year I was dealing with a groin injury at the beginning of the year, and this year I wanted to go into the season fully healthy, and the rib injury, you know, I was a little discouraged by it, but you know, I feel like it ended up being a blessing in disguise because I feel like I ended up having, you know, fresh legs and stuff for the first few weeks of the season, and so you know, just continuing to study offensive line. I feel like, you know, going to year 3 now, I've been better at studying offensive lineman sets and studying, you know, whether they're vertical setting or they, you know, kicking out or they shoot their low hands, high hands. So I think I've gotten better at kind of studying that stuff, and so that's something I just, you know, look forward to continuing to do.
Who do you model your game after, Alex?
You know, I've always, you know, growing up in college, I like to watch a lot of NFL film. You know, I always love watching Von Miller, Khalil Mack, guys like that. And then now, you know, being with TJ, I like to kind of work some of the same ways that he does, whether that's the ghost or the cross chop. But I've always, you know, just really enjoyed watching, you know, guys like Von Miller, just how they rush. You know, Von Miller, his ghost move is sick, and so just seeing how he does that is pretty cool. And I just try to take things from other guys because I think it's so important to always reach out for help and always be willing to get better. And so I think it's important just to, you know, to look at and try to, you know, soak up information from guys who have done it for, longer than you have. And so that's just, you know, as me and TJ continue to develop a relationship, I feel like I've continued to, you know, seek him out for information and stuff. He's continued to help me in my game.
And I'll say this, like, it's funny because I think the biggest jump from year 2 to year 3 for Alex, and we've got such a like hungry bunch when it comes to like sacks and pressure. We talk about not missing the layups, and you know, we talk about, you know, when you get the sack, you make it, or somebody else is going to clean it up. And you know, usually it's TJ. So you got to make sure you take advantage of your opportunities, and I feel like Alex is really doing that right now.
Yeah, there was the one game that I'm still mad at myself was the Jets game. I should have had a couple more of that game. He got out of my grasp a couple of times, but just like you said, like you can't miss the layups. But it's crazy. Sometimes the layups are like the hardest ones to make. It's weird.
Yeah.
How much competition between you and TJ to get to the quarterback, Alex?
Yeah, I think every day in practice, you know, it's you know, pushing ourselves to be the best we can be. I think it starts with get-offs. You know, we're always out there every day. The start of practice, we do get-offs. And I think, you know, every day starting that off with competition just really sets the tone for the day. And so just whenever you're playing, you know, alongside a guy like that, you know, it helps me just to be the best that I can be. And it's funny, you know, Coach Tomlin came over the other day, said, "When are you going to stop getting whooped in this drill, Alex?" And so just always fueling the competition. That's what I like about, you know, Coach Tomlin. Cam was there. He witnessed it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's what makes him so good. That's what makes
You don't just get beat by TJ. You get beat by other people, too.
Not you. I'll hear 97.
Oh, I hear 97 plenty of times.
We hear 97 like, what? We hear 97 like, what? Oh, Dunbar must have messed up. It can't be. Nah, but it's that's another thing, like, just like about Coach Tomlin is he always brings out, like, the best in you. And, like, especially during camp, like, whenever we're going through that competition period, like, you know, he'll gonna bring the best out of you because, you know, he wants you to be the best player that you can be. And if you ain't winning, like, he gonna let you know. So I think that's like what makes him such a great coach.
Yeah, Mike T's always talking about you're either sipping wine or squashing grapes. You know, if you're winning, you're sipping wine. But if you're not winning, you're squashing grapes. And Mike T's probably putting you on the board.
Alex, who is the toughest O-lineman you faced? And Cam, I want to hear yours after.
Shoot. I'd probably say for me, just like tackle wise, I thought Slater from the Chargers, he was one of the good guys that I went against probably last year. Him being a rookie as well. Seeing a guy like that who I think he was like first, second team All Pro. But going against him was a good matchup. And so I think that's one of the better guys that I've probably gone against in my career.
Yeah, for me, I think one of the toughest O-linemen is probably like a guy like Kendrick Green, because I feel like we abuse him so much during practice. He's got to be pretty tough.
Yeah, I'll be going at it at practice.
No, I'm just kidding.
Get into a couple fights.
Little petty fights sometimes, but no, I'm just kidding. I just like to give Kendrick a hard time. But I think, throughout the years, one guy I've always had a lot of respect for, why am I blanking on his name? Oh my gosh, now I feel bad. Baltimore, what's the guard's name? Yonda. Oh my, Marshall Yonda. I can't believe it, from Iowa. Oh man, it's been a while since we went against him, but I think he's technically sound. He was able to play center, guard, tackle, whatever they needed, and he battled injury, and it just felt like he was one of the difference makers every time he played him.
On the other side of that, is there anybody that when you line up across, you're going to just whoop their ass?
There are times. We can't reveal names, but just know they are circled as ducks throughout the league.
Yep. The fish. Okay. That's what we call them, the fish. I think it's like Cam said, when you know, like it's like then like we gotta build a plan to attack that guy.
Yeah, and then they leave.
Is that one of those things that you see on film and you know immediately?
Yeah. Yeah, we have cut-ups that are, where we watch, if a guy's got a big cut-up on him where he's giving up multiple sacks, multiple pressures, you pretty much know he's the duck of the week or the fish of the week. You start to make a plan around it and make sure we isolate that guy, and so we make sure we can dominate him.
Yeah, just like Ken was saying, every week we got our pass rush meetings every week, and there's always one or two guys that we try to build a plan around and attack. So whether we're doing our games or whatever, it's like we know the guys going into it, and so it just helps us to be able to know who we're going against in the game.
I guess good political answers, guys. I guess don't throw anybody under the bus. Nice job.
Yeah, we still got to play them, Hayden.
All right.
You can't be giving away secrets.
Well, you could have already played them by now. I mean, you could have already played them by now. Who knows?
I want to build up their confidence and think, oh, man, they had a great game. And then we might see them later. I'm very nice to O-linemen.
Mentally defeated.
Right. But, after we, whoop a O-lineman, I'm more inclined to be like, bro, you had a great game. I can't wait to see you down the road. I don't want to be saying yeah, we just dominated you. I want you to feel good about your performance so then we can go back and do the same thing.
All right, people, we're brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook, the greatest sports betting app ever, and honestly, the only one you need. It's not just about the big bonuses and boosts and promos that you get. It's the fact that every time you bet, whether you win or lose, you're earning towards the types of perks only Caesars can offer. Free stays, concert tickets, bonuses, and more. That's because when you download the Caesars Sportsbook app, you become a Caesars Rewards member, and that means perks. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-522-4700.
Lions, Tigers, and tailgates. Oh my. The college football season is always a great time of year. Besides the jerseys, the face paint, and foam fingers, there's the food. And nothing gets you more fired up for game day than Eckrich smoked sausage. They are naturally hardwood smoked and have the perfect blend of spices. From buffalo sausage dip to sausage chili mac and cheese, Eckrich smoked sausage is a quick way to bring flavor to your tailgate meals. Visit Eckrich.com for easy, one-of-a-kind sausage recipes. Eckrich, you do you. Alex, one thing I'm curious about, I did a little 247 research on you and realized you didn't have any stars come out of high school, and in college you really weren't considered a high prospect. Just take us through your journey, how you got to where you are now, and was that part of like a chip on your shoulder that you didn't have any star rankings?
Yeah. So I kind of had a crazy, journey going into college. I went to Eugene National High School in Wilmington, North Carolina, and we weren't one of the best teams in the county. Something that was crazy is that we actually didn't win a single game my senior year of high school, which a lot of people like.
Wait,
know.
what?
Yeah,
Wait,
believe it or not. Yeah, not one. We didn't win one. So, but like, I feel like that. Like, yeah, it wasn't a good year, but I feel like statistically, I had a solid year. But our rivals in Wilmington, they were Hoggard High School. And, Coach Scott Braswell at the time, he was one of the good coaches in the state, won a state championship with Hoggard. And his son at the time, Scotty Braswell Jr., was a GA at Charlotte. And, whenever he was there after my senior year, I reached out to Coach Braswell. I was like, hey, any way you can, pass my film off to your son at Charlotte to be able to show Coach Lambert and the staff. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And so they did that. Went up for like a little unofficial visit. I didn't have any official visits or anything like that. Went up for an unofficial visit. Went to like the spring game, went to a spring practice. And after that, I got accepted into Charlotte. And there were other schools that were looking at me. Furman was looking at me. Davidson, a couple other schools, small Division I FCS schools. But I feel like Charlotte was where I wanted to go because they had what I wanted to do in school. I was an exercise science kinesiology major, and so they had a really good program for that. But I didn't know it was going to be the team till like I think June, and this was after I did like orientation and everything like that. Sorry, something came up. I did all that stuff, which was like being like a normal student, and I didn't know I was going to be on the team till like June. And I got a message, like an email, saying that my dorm's been switched to the football dorms. And how I knew it was the football dorms is like some of the guys that reached out to me, saying, hey, welcome and stuff. And I was actually rooming with a couple of my best friends from high school at the time, and then found that out. Ended up walking on the first day of school. Didn't even get invited to camp my freshman year. Just kind of made the most of the opportunity. Ended up earning a scholarship after my freshman year, and so. But really, just people ask me, there's no other way I want it than to be a walk-on. I think it helped me and to be the player that I am. Just helped me just instill so many work ethics. There's so many things, in me that I feel like I wouldn't have had if I wasn't a walk-on. So I'm just thankful for my journey that I've had.
Wait, so you said you were going to be – what were you going to do with your degree?
Huh?
What were you going to do with your exercise science physiology degree?
So right before I got drafted, I'd always wanted to do something in strength and conditioning. Not necessarily coach, but I've always had a dream too of in the future, when I get done playing, wanting to open my own gym, train people, whether that's, being a strength coach trainer or something, or, training guys in pass rush. Kind of always wanted to, to do that, because when I did the strength and conditioning internship before I got drafted, it just, I had fun. I had so much fun doing that. Pushing guys to be their best. And so that's something that's always, going into college, I wanted to really learn a lot about my body. And, the exercise science kinesiology program at Charlotte was excellent. And just learning so much about my body just, really helped me just not only be better in school, but also a better athlete, helped me to eat right and stuff like that. And so that's kind of like the trajectory that I had, if it wasn't for football.
I thought you were going to say, like, you had this desire to be part of the WWE, because you've always been very enamored with John Cena. And, I always thought, like, you had a career in wrestling of some sort.
I thought I did when I was young. Shoot, I used to love that. Man, shout out to Cam for getting us the tickets to the WWE match this past August. It was freaking sick, but been even sicker if John Cena was there. That'd have been dope. But like Cam said, I'm a huge John Cena fan.
Cena is your favorite?
Huge. Probably him, The Rock, Shawn Michaels. All those guys. I came out to the John Cena theme song at my wedding. My first Alyssa, my wife, she was like, "No, let's not do that." And then I convinced her. I changed their mind, and we did that. And then like me and my boys, all my boys that I roomed with in college, they all like wrestling as well. For like we do the garter toss at our weddings, and like every one of us so far at each of our weddings have done like the Shawn Michaels "Sexy Boy" song like for the garter toss at our wedding, and that, it just gets the place. It's hilarious. Every one of us doing it, so that's just kind of just tradition we have. But I've always been a huge WWE guy.
Your poor wife. I can't believe did she know what she was walking into when you went all the way through this stuff?
Yeah. She was just like shaking her head the whole time. It was funny, but hey, it was the boys were jumping. It was going crazy.
She's a keeper. That's what that tells me. She's a keeper. She understands what you like, and she did it for you. That's all that matters. All right, Cam, I want you now to tell me your first impression of Alex and anything behind the scenes you can give us on him, please.
Oh man, he loves. There's one festival in Pittsburgh that he loves more than anything. It's the Picklesburgh Festival.
My first job then, man. I know Cam's had to go here.
I've never been in my life. And so, Alex loves to go to Picklesburgh. That's all I'll say. And, he's a big Marvel guy. I'm able to bounce things off of him and ask him questions. He's probably all got tickets for like the next couple of movies coming out. No, I love the way he works. That's one thing you can always respect about Alex. He's going to continue to work. There's no ego there. It's just, I want to get better. I want to help out my team. I want to do this. And, you appreciate a guy like that. Man, is there any other stories? I'll just say that WWE show we went to, it was kind of funny because I felt like Alex was like the most hype I've ever seen Alex. Like Alex literally wanted to jump out of the barricade onto the ring and rock bottom somebody before the night was over with. And so that's why I could really see Alex doing in the future. Triple H, make it happen.
I wasn't as hype as Worm. Worm was screaming. Worm was like, "Rip his head off!" Like, and people were just crazy there.
Yeah, I think Chris Wormley is one of those closet WWE guys that once he gets in the mode, it's like, "Oh man, I'm here. I got to experience this. I got to let everybody know that I love this now." And so, it was a fun night. Then you got TJ. He's like, "Man, what did you sign me up for?" And then he's ended up loving it. So, it was a fun experience. We had a lot of guys there, and that's one of those nights we won't forget.
Hey, one more thing I want to circle back on. What is Picklesburgh? I have no idea what that is.
It's like a pickle festival in Pittsburgh. So
that's exactly what
it was. When was it again? Was it? I think it was after your softball game, Ken, because my parents were up here, but we all went, and like I ain't gonna lie, it was cool. I mean, it was cool, but it was. I'll probably end up going again sometime. I know Cam will give me a lot of crap about it, but hey, it's all good. It was cool. I enjoyed it.
Cam, you going to Picklesburgh next year?
Cam's gonna get the glizzy and the pickle.
What is that?
Wait, what is that?
Tell
me what it is, Alex.
I saw it. It was like a hot dog and a pickle. So that's what Cam's gonna get when he goes.
I love how it's like I saw it. I saw the name. Yeah, you definitely had one of those.
He ate that. He hated it. He absolutely ate that thing. He's just embarrassed to say it now. He definitely ate it.
I had the fried pickles, but
Starting your own business can be a total roller coaster. Between all the bumpy twists and turns comes the actual business side of your business, which can really throw you for a loop. Luckily, with QuickBooks, you can manage your business with confidence from the start. So no matter how bumpy the ride gets, you can always stay on track. New business, no problem. Success starts with Intuit QuickBooks. Learn more at QuickBooks.com.
All right, I want to get both y'all's opinion on some news that happened. The Colts fired Frank Reich, and they hired the Hebron Christian Academy from Georgia high school football coach Jeff Saturday. What was both y'all's reaction when a guy off ESPN got hired to be an NFL head coach?
Man, I just started thinking about, we were made for this because, like, you think about the movies growing up. You had Little Big League, right, where the kid becomes the manager of the team or the owner of the team. And then one of my favorites I used to watch as a kid was, you remember the movie Eddie with Whoopi Goldberg, where she's the fan and then she makes the shot at halftime and then she becomes the coach of the team. Man, it's funny how, that was, you never thought this could be reality, but a guy who, has high school experience and is a player of the NFL, but to jump straight into being a head coach, that's pretty surprising.
Yeah, I remember we were all walking in from practice, and we saw on the news, it was like breaking news. We're like, what? Like it's crazy. So I think we were just all kind of like, we were just all looking at like, it's crazy. But Jeff Saturday played. I don't know how long his career was, but I'm sure he's got to have, I'm sure he does have enough, and he's qualified to be a head coach for them. But it was still, we were just, we came in, it was just like, it was crazy.
I was thinking about, like, I've had a teammate who's a head coach at Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman. I've got a teammate who is the wide receivers coach at Ohio State. But now there's guys I've actually played against being head coaches. I don't know if I feel old, but I'm just starting to feel like, man, this is moving way too fast right now.
Rams lost at Tampa Bay, but the big story was Jalen Ramsey after the game. I'm going to paraphrase here, but he said the defense should not have had to go back on the field after the Rams offense could not end the game on, to get a first down. I'm curious to hear what kind of reaction that could possibly bring in the locker room, knowing he's almost blaming one unit for the loss.
I can only speak for our team. When an offense comes up short, you just think, as a defense, we got to do more, whatever it takes. We know it's not going to be perfect on the other side of the ball, but we're provided an opportunity to win the game when you step on that field. And, I don't think it comes down to pointing the finger. I think it comes down to just, understand the situation and say, when one unit falls short, the other unit's got to step up.
Yeah. I think it shouldn't matter, what happens. I think we just got to control what we can control, on the defensive side of the ball. I think whenever, say, there is a sudden change or something like that happens, it's just an opportunity for us to make a great stop. And so I just feel like, we just got to go out there and just, as a defense, got to control what you control. But just like Cam said, there should never, ever be pointing fingers. When you lose a game, you should always just, look at the man in the mirror and just say, what could I have done better? And so I think it's just about controlling what you can control. In the day, like, get put back out there in a situation, it's another chance, another opportunity to make another stop. And so I think that's just so important. Just, you got to control what you control.
Alex, what's your favorite Tomlinism?
I got a bunch. I think one of my favorite ones, he always says it doesn't matter about what means you got here. What matters is when you are here. And he always says, if you give a capable man information, he should be willing to receive it and make the most of it. And so I think it's so true. And a lot of them he says it's true, but I feel like every year he comes up with new ones. Like, this is my third year now, playing for him, and I hear a new one every single year. And so he always has his words that he uses as well. And so Like, all right is like probably one of his favorite words, if not his favorite word. Like, it's funny. Like, me and Marcel, one of our strength coaches, will be like, I take the first bus to the game, and I'm in there like for away games and stuff, and I'm in there stretching. Like, he's stretching me out, and like, where it's always like we always know kind of when the next bus is coming in. So we know Coach Tomlin always comes with the second bus, and we always like kind of like play like a lottery game. Like, what's Coach T gonna say today? And I actually got it right a couple weeks ago. But it's like a lot. Every week, I'm guessing it'll be something with "all right" in it. So I think the week I got it, he was like, "All right, what's up, Steelers?" And I got it right. So he always has his sayings and stuff.
I'll say one of the funniest things he does is like when either we're performing bad or like we see like a fish or a duck on the tape, and he calls him a professional burger flipper, and like you just know that like that guy is probably not going to have that long, or you better pick up your game because you are about to get exposed pretty quickly.
Or donkey.
Yes. Oh, when he puts up the donkey of the week, oh man, that when a guy has literally performed the worst during the week, yeah, you were the donkey of the week, and everybody's going to know. Connor Heyward was actually the donkey of the week one week during what was it? I think it was spring ball, because he went to spike the ball in a 2-minute. I mean, he went to celebrate in a 2-minute drill instead of giving the ball to the official, preserving the time. So, yeah, that was a lasting moment that we will never forget.
Have either of you ever been donkey of the week?
No. I refuse to be the donkey of the week.
No?
Don't plan to.
Man,
stay off
your
the
brother
board.
got it,
Stay
but
off
you
the
didn't.
board.
Where's the help on that?
I gotta stay off the board.
So what? He just basically puts up all your worst plays of the week and then puts it to the whole team?
Yeah.
Like a picture of you.
Oh my gosh, man, that's different than my work. Football season is here, and nothing beats your favorite team live. Not only does Vivid Seats have great NFL ticket prices, they are also the official ticketing partner of ESPN. And with Vivid Seats rewards, when you buy 10 tickets, you get the 11th free. Download the app or visit vividseats.com today. Vivid Seats, life happens live. Receive a reward credit equal to the average price of 10 tickets purchased, excluding taxes, fees, and processing costs. See vividseats.com/rewards for terms and conditions. All right, got some few fan questions here, guys. Pre-game rituals. What do you both like to do before a game?
What do I like to do? I like to always make a playlist before every game and make sure there's new songs with songs added from the previous week.
For me, I just kind of have a ritual that I go through. I try to get there early. I like to do the hot tub, chiropractor, get stretched, and I go out on the field to warm up by myself, and then come back in and we do our team warm up. But Cam always gets a good playlist going. Gets the team hyped for the game.
Wait, you let Cam decide the music?
Yeah, he gets a good playlist going.
Man, he must be. I don't know about that, because in high school, some of the things he'd listen to, I'm like, I don't know if that's going to get me ready for an NFL game.
We'd be walking out the tunnel. We'd be ready.
Oh,
I
mean, Avril Lavigne "Girlfriend" just keeps coming to mind as one of
classic.
Oh, chill out.
Yeah, Avril Lavigne "Girlfriend." Yeah. We won't go into that. That's the show for another day. You guys see Kirk Cousins' chain game on the plane?
We did.
Would
I didn't.
anything like that ever happen on a Steelers plane with Kenny Pickett or anybody? You didn't see it?
No, I didn't see it.
I was laughing.
Man,
What happened?
You got to get on social media more, bud. Kirk Cousins, he was dancing around with, it looks like everybody on the team's chains, and dancing like you would expect Kirk Cousins to dance. I'm curious if anything like that's ever happened on a Steeler flight home.
He's doing it to the AB song.
Yeah.
Well, I can say we've never had Ben do that. And the only way Kenny's doing that is that for a Super Bowl. We're not going to celebrate one win like that. We got we think we gotta do some work before we start celebrating like that.
I'm curious. Did either of you guys play the Powerball last night?
I did not.
I heard it's up there though.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask you if you guys would play another game if you won the $2.1 billion that it came out to.
Would I play another game?
It was 2.1. I think. Yeah. Would you just retire on the spot? Because I've decided that if I won the 2.4 billion, my name would be changed, my number would be changed, no one would ever be able to get a hold of me again, and I would just leave.
I feel like people will come after you. I feel like
I keep playing football. Probably money doesn't solve all your problems, and I think I would love football even more. That's one last thing I got to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm still a young guy. Lord willing, I got hopefully a lot of ball left to play, and so. Yeah, I'll probably still be playing too.
What financial advice would you give the winner? Either you got anything you can give us?
Learn how to say no.
Yeah, definitely. Do that and invest it. But, don't be out here. Just I say, like you said, it always makes me think of that movie Lottery Ticket. I'm sure y'all seen it before.
With a little Bow Wow.
Yeah, with Bow Wow. And like the whole neighborhood was like coming after him and everything like that. So you got to be low key.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll say this: like,
isn't all about the
you don't ask for half in Bitcoin. Don't ask for half in Bitcoin because I feel like everybody did that and then they took a loss on their money. So, I would, stay away from that. I got one more question, and this is our
the rotisserie chicken?
Yes. Alex, how many days in a row could you eat rotisserie chicken?
Have you not seen the video of the guy who ate it 40 straight days in a row in Philadelphia?
No, what happened?
For 40 consecutive days, he ate a whole rotisserie chicken.
Are you talking about eat a whole or just like have it as part of my meal?
No, eat the whole rotisserie chicken for 40 straight days.
Nah, I can't do that. Nah. That changes the conversation. I thought she just meant like, I thought she just like eat it over the course of a week or something like that. Like, nah, I can't. I don't know. Shoot, whole rotisserie chickens? I don't know.
Okay, so what? 4 days?
They're just a different breed.
3 days?
I could probably do a week.
I could probably.
What about you, Cam?
Give me 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks. I can make it happen.
2 straight weeks? 14 days, man? That's like, you got to switch it up.
I feel like you get so sick of that.
Today, we are just having the win.
All right, well then.
About presentation.
No, you got to eat the whole thing.
All about presentation. One day I'm cutting it all up. Next day I'm just eating right off of it. But no.
I don't think that's the rules. I think you have to eat it how it comes. You can't make it in chicken salad. You can't make chicken sandwiches. You got to eat it all as you can.
Throughout the day or one sitting?
One sitting.
Oh, I might do like 3-4 days in because that's a lot.
No, there's a whole video of it too, like a picture, like there's an entire crowd around the guy, like watching him, cheering him on as he eats his 40th rotisserie chicken consecutive days. So yeah, you should check it out on Twitter. It's actually pretty funny.
All right. Well, that is our show. Alex, thank you so much for coming on today. We know you're a very busy guy. Best of luck for, the rest of the season. Continue to just keep giving me sacks. I appreciate it. And hopefully we can have you on again down the road.
Would love to. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Cam. It was awesome. As long as you give me some more sacks as well.
We'll try not to do that. But everyone, thank you again for watching, and see you next time on Not Just Football. Peace.